Hi, I want to start off by asking you guys whether you remember what you did on the 60th day of this year. Now, if you do, you have great memories. That's awesome. But if you don't, that's okay for now because I'll tell you more about it a bit later. Now, my topic here tonight is called idea manifestations. Where my idea come from and where do they go? Well, basically, ideas come from your experience, both new and old, and this experience becomes your memories. Now, the memories A, B, C, and D somewhere online comes together, triggers, and forms a new idea, or a new thought, or an inspiration. Sometimes we call it a kick. Now, a kick doesn't just come from anywhere. It's really a collection of our life experience, as I said, new and old. And the more you are exposed to new experience, the better you are with triggering this sense of new ideas. But then again, you need a good memory to support that backbone so that you make sure those links click as soon as you can. So this year, I started off this project called One Poster a Day. Basically, it's a collection of my memories, ideas, thoughts, encounters, and events that happened throughout the years in my own visual interpretations. So just one poster a day. Now, remember, I started off the year with my wife traveling to Taipei for 9 days and literally granting me a bachelor pass. Not that I can party all day, but I don't have to do any chores until the day she comes back. So that's kind of good for me in a way to celebrate or to remember upon. And then there were days I felt like I was a taxi driver for the family, driving my girls to school, doing tuition pickups, sending them lunch, and then doing airport pickups and send off. All in all, I did like 11 destinations, 23 stops in 4 hours on the road, traveling 100 kilometers on that day itself. So it's a way of really collecting these data together and then put it in the visual interpretations of my own. And then there are days where my two girls were both coming down with a fever on the same day. So I created this Chinese typography. And then the very next day, I brought them to the government clinic, only to learn that, you only have to pay 1 ringgit for the doctor's bill and the medicines, whereas you're paying the double for the private car park. So Malaysia boleh for that. I get to design for my favorite Taiwanese rock band called Ubai and China Blues on their birthdays. So I did this on their band member's birthday, and I sent them off to their Facebook page. So this is something to keep my passion going. And then there are obviously chaotic events throughout the years, like Taiwan was hit with a very devastating earthquake early on this year. And if you guys remember, Kuching was flooded quite badly in early February. And then there are times when you are angry, frustrated, or irritated, or just not being yourself. And these are the series I created based on that emotions. Now, I've got more of these, not because I'm angry all the time, but I find it's a way to divert the negative energies onto something that's more worthwhile. And if I want to badmouth someone, I could do it with a bit of grace and design. And being a Formula One fan, I design Formula One race weekends for the particular hosting countries each time. So from Shanghai to Monte Carlo, from Canada's and Russia's and Baku, all featuring a unique characteristics of that particular cities. Now, this project also allows me to work on something new, something that I've never done before. For instance, caricatures. I've never done such a thing, and this is the first time trying out doing it on Stephen Curry of the NBA players. Now, I love NBA as well, as much as F1, so I get to design every now and then when there's an event that's happening in NBA. So for instance, Kobe Bryant's last game before his retirement, the last time he gets the spotlight on himself when he scores 60 points and really overshadowing Warriors' 73 wins. And then there's LeBron James winning his first title for his hometown Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, I did this during the Taiwanese elections in Taiwan. So the basic idea was to use the personalized stamps to shape the island of Taiwan because they need to use their stamps to cast votes. And then on the very next day, when the Green Party oppositions actually overturned and won the Blue Parties, hence the overturning of the image. Now, this year we saw that we lost quite a few inspirational figures, from David Bowie to Prince to Muhammad Ali, Zaha Hadid, and Fan Ho. All has changed the way we see the world. So this is the way I pay tributes to them. Now, being a Christian, I'm often be inspired by Word of God. Now, from my Bible studies and cell group, I created this piece based on the idea of priorities, how we're weighing our priorities over materialisms and your faith. And the other one was more about how Jesus was telling us or teaching us how to love our enemies. So going back to the first question, on the 60th day, this is what I remember happened. Leonardo won his first Oscar, and his winning speech actually inspired me a lot. He says, climate change is real, it's happening right now. Let us not take this planet for granted, as I do not take tonight for granted. Now, I think that goes to all of you that don't take your ideas for granted, because they only gave me 20 slides, so I can't show you all of them. There's 182 altogether over here. And there are good ones and there are really, really bad ones. But it's not about perfecting the design. It's really about finding ways to record them. Now, people ask me, well, what happens when you run out of ideas? Well, you don't. The moment you run out of ideas is when you stop living. So basically, we are always inspired by little things that happen in our daily life on a day-to-day basis. It's only if you take the efforts to really find ways to remember them. And if you don't, they just come and go. And wouldn't it be a shame to let go of so many of these wonderful ideas that surround you? So put your thoughts, ideas into actions. Now, design is not just a commercial tool. It carries social and cultural values and influences. I hope by sharing this project with you tonight, you'll be inspired one way or another, because you never know, you may have that one idea that could change the world for a better place. Thank you very much.